Hello, and thank you for taking a moment to watch the introduction video to my building plates that I use for both my Minecraft building club as well as my classroom builds. Now, on this building plate, I have a total of 80 plots for students to utilize. They are organized into into rows of 5. So you have 1A, B, C, D, and all the way down at the very end is the letter E. There's D and E's all the way down there. Now, this goes all the way back to row 16. All right, so there's a total of 80 plots. Even though at the moment there is a limit of 40 individuals per world, this enables for multiple classes to be on the same building plate. So one class, second class, third class, and they can see what each person, each other student, or each class is designing. I would suggest that you have about two students per plot, and that is because there is a locking mechanism on this plot of land right here that enables a student to lock it. So they come in here through the door, they come around, they lock the door, and there is absolutely no way any student can get in or out. Now, teacher can get in or out, but I'll explain that in just a moment. So as there are two students in here, one student can say, hey, I'm going to go out for a moment and see what other people are building. They can open the door. The other student can lock the door behind them, and they are free to roam around and see what other people are building. They come back, and their partner can then let them back in. Before students come into the world, I would recommend that you assign plots via the Excel sheet that comes along with this. I have students write down what plot they're in, who their partner is, or if they're building individually, just write down on the Excel sheet next to 1A with their name so that you know who's in that plot of land. You can also have them put a sign up close to the doors with their name on it if you would like. Okay, some of the features to assist with classroom management on this building plate for these plots of land. Like I said, each plot is surrounded by border blocks. Students can't get in or out. Now, also, as I said, that it locks, so students can't get in or out. But there is also barrier blocks placed over the border blocks, and these go all the way up to the top. So students cannot throw items. They can't shoot arrows or anything else at each other. So let's say for a moment that, oh, I want to start shooting arrows into this plot of land. I cannot do that because there are barrier blocks that are a physical barrier and prevent students from messing with each other's build. And this also pertains to dispenser cannons. Sometimes students like to use dispenser cannons as cannons to shoot fireballs into each other's plots of land. Well, these barrier blocks will also block any fireballs or anything that comes out of dispenser cannons as well. This was inspired from a blog. If you'll see my blog post, Disastrous Miscalculation, I was hosting a building club, and students realized that the barrier blocks didn't stop physical objects. So they went to war and they destroyed each other's build, and it was kind of a disaster. So I came up with the idea of having barrier blocks over the border blocks. As a teacher, once you spawn in, you will probably want to come in and tap this button. This button will turn off chat, so students cannot chat to each other. It is shut down. They can talk in the classroom. If you are in game and you are way down here, let's say at plot number 10 or whatever, and you come in and you realize that chat is on, so that you don't have to go all the way back up to the start. The platform, each of these purple blocks has a button on there that will also turn off global chat. All right, so as a teacher, let's say for a moment that a student is locked out of their plot of land, or let's say you want to go into their plot of land, but you don't want to have them open the door for you, or you just want to go in and out. Well, that's perfectly possible. You're going to start by going up here to settings, and you're going to turn on allow commands for just a moment. You're going to come in, type in /WB, make yourself a world builder status true, go back to settings and turn off allow commands, and now you have the world builder status. Now you'll notice with these barrier blocks that there is an opening right here. So this means that as a teacher, you can now fly over the border blocks, and you can just drop straight down and go into their plot of land without having to open their door. Now, this also means that you can just reach over the barrier block and open or close the door. Now, if I turn off if I go back in and turn off world builder status, you'll notice that I can no longer fly over the barrier blocks, and I can no longer hit the switch, which means students can't do that either. All right, there are a few other teacher controls that are found over here on the side of the starting platform. And these tools, after I put them in here and I tried them out and I did some research, I realized that the limitations of redstone in this game inhibit some of the options if students are at the very back and there's no one at the front. So they don't work as well as I had hoped. They will work if you only have students like at the very front, the front plots of land, but I'll explain those in a different video. Thank you guys very much for watching this video, and I hope these building plates are useful to you.